Come here now, girl.
Hello and welcome to WhatMap, your one-stop shop for everything workshop. I'm BonBonB and you're very, very welcome. Right, today we have another one in that growing list of desert maps. Desert map, as I've said before, a good one is a very good map indeed, and this would class as a very good map indeed. I will not back down from this. I will not. It is a fantasy desert map. It's a bit fantastical in the river layout, but when you're down there and building, it won't feel fantasy at all. It'll feel like a proper desert map. Plenty of ways to play the map as well, but it's quite pleasing and quite accomplished when you consider that the creator is not very experienced at all. Only one map before, and I'm going to have to bump that up to the to-do list based on what you're going to see today. Now, it does have one flaw, this map. You're going to see it. It's going to be very clear to see. And it makes me think that maybe the map was rushed a little bit towards the end. But we'll see whether you agree with me or not. But again, it's easily overlooked, the thing that's a little bit substandard. Speaking about overlooking things, I've got a little thing for you to overlook right now. Did anybody notice anything? No, me neither. Fortunately, you've already hit the like button, haven't you? Haven't you? Today's map is Coarse Canyon by Jax. Right, Jax, if you're watching this, you've done a very good job here. A very good job indeed. Just one little thing. Just one little thing. There's your start square. It's not the biggest playable, buildable area, but it's going to be fun, I feel. Terrain heights, well, we've got canyons, okay? They're coarse, and they're canyons, of course. Resources, a little bit light, but they are there. You can access them. And then if you've got Sunset Harbour and you want to do some fishing, your fishing map looks like this. It's not really a fishing map, but it's an option. Always an option. Right, off to the workshop. What do we need? Well, no DLC required today. We do have a short list of requirements on the right. No one-click collection, but you don't need to. It's not the world's longest list. We'll be using the Coarse Canyon theme, which is made by Jax themselves, and the Relight Neutral LUT. And there are some Relight and Ultimate Eye Candy settings there as well, which I've just pumped up the brightness a little bit because it was a little bit too dark. Again, comparing to the screenshots, it was a bit too dark. So I've just pumped it up a little bit, which is going to benefit for YouTube as well. Okay, down to ground level. Lots of very nice things today. I mean, the whole map is much of a muchness. Wherever you go in the map, it looks like this. More or less. I'll take you around the rest of the map later on. But wherever you go, you've got some nice mesas, big beautiful cliffs, great textures in those cliffs as well, nice selection of trees, a nice deserty sandy theme, and some good standards of highway laying. I mean, I can't grumble with this at all. A little bit of glitching with the shadows from the mountains there. I don't know what's causing that, but I would not hold the creator responsible for that. Not the creator of the map, maybe the creator of something else, like the software. Oh man. They built this to be a city builder, and here's us like breaking the games. Oh, here's a little nod. Have a little look at this. That didn't need to be done, and it's been done very well indeed. That's elevated at ground level, and it keeps it flat and smooth. That's a very, very nice thing indeed. So yes, they've got another map which was released a week ago, which was noticed by myself. Hadeland, H-A-D-E, Hadeland, by Jax, and it was noticeable enough to get onto the onto the short list. Didn't quite make it last week, and maybe it should. Now, land opens. This is like a big buildable area on the left there, like the main flat buildable plain on the left. Again, it's not the most exciting area. Let's say the whole map is not the most exciting areas to build on, but yeah, I think you'd be building here for backdrop. You know, it's you're going to have long, spindly canyons of, I mean, possibly. Oh, hang on. We've got intersection marking tool in operation. You don't need it. Map won't be broken without it. I don't think it's the finest level of quality of line alignment, Like there doesn't quite join up. There doesn't quite join up, but it's not bad. There are a few areas, like here, there's a patch without any lines at all. I would be tempted to have put some lines in there. But yeah, the tone of the lines and the alignment of the lines isn't quite on point. The intersection, however, is very nice indeed. All of the credit for this. Oh, the intersection line. Now, I'm not a fan of that shape, of the way the intersection's been done, but I appreciate that different places in the world. The highway heads off towards the edge of the map over there. That's why we didn't come in from that angle, because that angle was a bit boring. Missing intersection lines there as well. So I mean, it's kind of a little bit incomplete with intersection marking, but it's not bad. It's not bad at all. It's really not bad at all. Okay, so yes, and here I would like to have seen lines popped in here as well. But yeah, intersection marking tool. It's not essential, but it's kind of a job half done. There's your start square roundabout, roundabout, kind of on the bit of a slope of a hill there, so that might be just a little awkward to have that looking pretty. Maybe if it been on the flat land, it might have been a bit better, or if it was on the flat land, maybe you'd be complaining that we were building the road on the small amount of flat land that we've got in the start square. That's probably what I would have been complaining about. You know me, I like to have a grumble. Again, not quite aligned there with the intersection. I'll stop talking about that now. Anyway, the bridges, I think that is the highest point there. I think if we were going to go for a suspension bridge, I would have put the middle of the bridge at that point, I think. And I guess there's something similar as well. We've got another bridge coming up, which is very similar to that one. I think even more so than the one that we've seen there as well. Again, not a big problem, very easily fixed, but not the big not the big thing I'll be talking about very shortly, which is for me the one thing that holds the map back a little bit. Liking this bridge, so this bridge is very nice. I think probably all of the bridges should have just been non-suspension bridges. That's my my instinct on this particular map. Nothing wrong with suspension bridges, but they just don't feel really necessary. The rivers here aren't really that big, that wide. You know, it's suspension bridges, maybe a double suspension with a bit of height. But these ones, like, look here, we're already elevated here. It's a bit clunky down here, actually, to be fair. And then the suspension bridge there, which just doesn't seem to serve any purpose. Again, possibly that point, possibly a pillar on either side. Possibly, would have looked a bit tidier. We've got tunnels. Congratulations for working out how to do tunnels in the map editor. Many another creator would not have known how to do that, so credit there. Now the rail. The rail is where we have a little bit of a problem. And you're looking here and you'll be saying, that's not bad. What are you talking about, BonBon? Yeah, I'm feeling that they did this end of the rail first. And by the time they got to the other end of the rail, I think they'd had enough. You'll see what I mean. You will. But yeah, I've got a nice quality rail bridge there across the little the gorge. And now, I know we're going slightly steeper than realism would permit here. But in the context that this is a fantasy map, I think we can allow for, I would say this would be about the absolute maximum in terms of the drop. Let's have a quick look for any blue mantle on the other side. Or was a tiny hint, a tiny smidge in the blue mantle on that side, or on a bit of a gash of blue mantle on this side. So yeah, very nearly perfect going on there. Very, very nearly perfect. But yeah, in terms of the drop, and going into a supported bridge here, I don't mind I don't mind it going down this way. It is slowly dropping, but a little bit more than would be realism. I'm going to cut right the way through. We're going to tunnel right the way through this messer, come out over this side. And again, you're thinking, well, why are you having a grumble, BonBon? This is actually quite good. And I would agree. To this point, I was on board with everything. And then from this point here, I'm thinking, yeah, it was drawn a little quickly. I'll get fed up with all of this. Listen, it was a majestic job. A majestic job. Checking for that's a gradient scale. Oh wait, we're going right the way back up to the top of the messer. This just felt a bit unnecessary, and that looks very steep. It looks very, very steep indeed. In fact, this entire section is pretty steep. Steeper than it appears. Anyway, we get to the top. And then we start, well, I mean, we are now roller coastering it. This is getting very clunky in terms of rail standards. It's a shame. It's a shame because this is my only proper grumble. I mean, I may have grumbled about a couple of road bridges, but that, I mean, those are there. They're meh, right? Am I right? This, however, this is the only thing really. This is the only major issue with the map. You're about to see we're going to go down like a ski slope now. Well, my God, hang on. Hang on, oh, this train's got brakes. That is very steep. So anyway, yes, I've got minor grumbles about the rail. I've got minor grumbles about the rail. And then we come down. It seems it's going to sort of like sort itself out from this point in, but it still looks a bit lumpy bumpy. Like here, comes down to ground, and we've got some bumps and some jumps as well. So it's very nearly exquisite work. And they got halfway across. And I think they got bored, ran out of time, got sent to bed or something. We've even got some dragon's teeth down here as well, where it's cut through the edge here. Very close to the edge of the map. Probably doesn't matter at all.
Don't be shy, 'cause I think you're beautiful, and I won't let you forget it. Don't be late, but I'll wait, and life won't bring you down too far, 'cause I just won't let it.
Big shout out to all the BonBon buddies on Patreon and YouTube membership. Right, water flow, shipping. We have shipping routes that feel a little bit forced. These rivers seem very narrow. I would probably recommend using some custom assets for some smaller ships. The big ships, they don't ground. They just look really silly on the width of here. I know I've had a couple run down here. They look a bit dumb. But yeah, just switch them up for something a bit smaller and it'll be good. Water flow in the start square is light, but it is there and it is enough. So again, if you want to pump and draw into this map, you will be able to have a pump and draw game without any issues. So again, a bit of credit there to a new creator for doing a good job. I like it. I like good jobs. I like the shape of this map. It is absolutely wistful. Beautifully done. Sirens for anybody playing BonBonBingo. Probably just about make that out in the background. Okay, loving the shapes of the messes. I mean, seriously, this map has some absolute beautiful geology built into it. And credits for. I mean, admittedly, I know that there's got to have been terrain height maps used here, but it's not just a question of plopping in some mountains. It's making the whole thing come together, and they've done a great job. Even the tree painting on this map feels really very subtle, clean, and the tree count is well within any sort of limits. Basically, superb. We come over here, it's part of the map we haven't seen because there's no highways and no rail. We've got a bit of a divot in the land there that probably might want to be leveled out a bit, possibly. But yeah, again, everywhere you look on the map, we have beautiful messes, and it just feels really very nice indeed. And the shapes of the rivers are just, well, dynamic. Really lovely design map. Very nice. Now down to the start square, we've got, try to bring the tree count up a little bit. It's the Japanese's, sorry, MrMaison did correct that. Japanese maple set by MrMaison. Ah, the lovely MrMaison. Yes, these are great. These are great. I would call these decorative trees. Probably going to be using these in parks and stuff. They are lovely. Very lovely. And factoids are lovely too, aren't they? Factoids because factoids. We've got a fact, not a fake fact today. Coarse Canyon. Coarse fishing. Okay, coarse fishing. Many fish, such as carp, chub and minnow, appear to have no teeth, but in fact have teeth in their throats, called pharyngeal teeth. Pharyngeal teeth. There's a word you're not going to see in Wordle. Or Querdle. You ever play either of those? I prefer Querdle to Wordle, but I'm drawing a limit Drawing the limit at Quordle. Not doing anything beyond that. Anyway, Japanese maple set by MrMaison. 3 colours, green, red and gold. Golden. He's golden at that to MrMaison. He's truly golden. Golden creator. Gold level creator. Anyway, gold creator in maps is Jax, I ask you. It's your chance to vote on the map. Is it a 1-star map? Is it a 5-star map? Is it somewhere in between? Your vote really does count. We use it at the end of the month for the Viewer's Choice Top 10. Will this be one of the top 10 maps of the month? Only you can decide. Hit the I button now in the top right corner of the screen, or the link in the description that will take you to the voting page where you can vote for free. But what do I think of today's map? Well, I'm impressed. I am very impressed. Aesthetically, I think this is a winner. I think this is very nice indeed. I've got to say that the rail brings it down on aesthetics because it's not consistent. I think if it had been bumpy everywhere, I'd be more inclined to go a little bit higher. I'm going to go for a medium high 4. Detailing, the rail affects it badly, and thus I've got to hit it for score. It would score much higher than this, but I think I'm going to go. I think it deserves 4 stars, but I'm going to go at the bottom end. Gameplay potential. It's pretty playable. It's an interesting build. Very playable. I'm going to go for middle 4 because I do feel that rail needs fixing, but it's a playable game. Playable map. Coarse Canyon by Jax. Now, seal of approval for 4, 4 and 4 normally, but I feel that rail, I can't give a seal of approval with a rail that is half done and just doesn't, it drags the map down. I can't seal of approval it. I'm sorry. But, wow, second map, wow. Never ever give up, Jax. Never ever give up. You've got talent. Unlike me. I just have some people that think they are part of the 20-hour elite by using the words of the day in the comments to score some population points. I'll be back tomorrow. Have a great day. Thanks for watching.